DC Multiverse!
So how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to take a very quick look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse General Zod action figure. Usually around this point I'd be talking about the box art, but unfortunately, I already took a whole bunch of pictures and then deleted them off my memory card like a doofus. Anywho, this figure is fantastic. It comes with a trading card, and it comes with a total of 6 hands. The close-up of the trading card is a splendid little piece of action figure photography, and then on the back, we got the bio for General Zod. Pause to read, now it's gone. Overall, I think that this General Zod figure so far looks pretty darn good. It is a little bit more detailed than how he looks in the comics. However, it is a very good approximation of his DC Rebirth appearance. It has changed a little bit here and there, but right here, this is clearly what Todd was going for. Up close, the details for the General look pretty fantastic. He's got the Zod crest on his chest and also on his shoulder pauldron there. Both of these shoulder pauldrons on his armor, I believe they're actually the same. They match. You've just got this piece of shoulder cloak that goes over top and drapes over his back. Very textured too. You know me, sometimes I think it works, and sometimes I think it doesn't. In this case, I feel like the cloak texturing actually works, and it's nice and soft. It's not a hard rubber. I love all the fine detail on the bodysuit of his Kryptonian armor. He has those really thick vambraces on each one of his wrists right there. Those things look like they could stop a blow from a angry, big, brutish Kryptonian. And I do like the design that can kind of get lost in the mix, and that is what's around the side here. This is just fantastic. His back also is just as intricately detailed. And the knees for this suit, as well as his incredibly ornate boots, also look really fantastic. I really like this. General Zod's face sculpt and profile, it actually looked pretty good for something that's supposed to be a representation of the one whom wishes Superman would kneel before. Now for comparisons, to start with, I thought it might be kind of fun to compare Zod to some other Superman rogues. In this case, Lex Luthor and Bizarro. And of course, Superboy Prime and Lobo. And then of course, to some Supermans. On the left, that's actually a kit bash of a bunch of pieces from the Rebirth Superman and the Action Comics 1000. And over on the other side, well, that's just the Action Comics 1000. And then for those of you who partook in the bulky body Superman custom, and also still have the basic vanilla Rebirth Superman figure. And here I thought it might be kind of fun to bring in the DC Essentials Cyborg Superman and Brainiac. And then finally, I thought I'd bring in the DC Essentials Superman and a DC Essentials Scale Supergirl. So now the only question is, how articulated is he? Let's find out together. As usual, the head's going to be on a ball peg, and that's alright. Because he's a flight figure, we're going to check for the flight pose, so that's how far up he can look. So naturally the next thing I'm going to check is the torso. When I check the torso to see how far back it goes and try to combine that with a flight neck, that's not too bad. Of course it also spins and rotates and bobbles inside the body there. Both of these arms, of course, they're going to be on that rounded hinge. And there's a lot of armor here. Will it be able to adequately move out of the way for a pose? Well, if that's what it looks like under, what does it do over? Oh, well, that's lovely. It came off. So as you've clearly seen, be a little bit careful with how far up you try to move these. This really is just a simple gluing, so I'll just put it back in there. Then you've got a bicep swivel right in here like this. And then you've got a double jointed elbow like that. Now, bear in mind, these big shoulder pauldrons on both arms, they are going to get in the way. It's gonna be one of them things. You want the look or do you want the function? Then you've also got a waist swivel down here as well. You got the McFarlane hinged groin, the same as it always is. Exactly knit for, this kind of motion. However, he does get a good range in all other forms, just no kind of thigh cutty motion. Double jointed knees that crunch up like that. Well, imagine getting kneed in the face with that and having that imprinted on your cheek. Of course, he's got toe articulation, rounded hinges that are also pivots. That's okay. So I feel like he's reasonably articulated. Just be aware that the shoulder pauldrons might get in the way or even pop right off. Like I said, though, not a big deal. I will just glue it, and then it's entirely likely that it will never, ever move again. I'm telling you, this Gorilla Super Glue Gel is amazing. So now what do I think about General Zod? Do I feel like it's a worthwhile entrance into the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse action figure canon? Do I think that Todd McFarlane did a good enough job designing General Zod to look like he does in the Rebirth comic books, and also just in general? Does he give me a Zoddy feel? Or is it just bipedal action figure trash? You know, I generally feel like Todd with McFarlane Toys has done a pretty darn fantastic job creating this figure. This imagery, this 3D posable imagery of a character, one of Superman's beloved rogues gallery that was sorely needing an action figure being made, because let's face it, Zod doesn't have very many action figures. For one of Superman's main opponents, he really doesn't get that much love. And I'm very glad that Todd chose this specific look for Zod, because this is my favorite General Zod look. I really like this. So yeah, I do like it. If you see it hanging on the pegs at your Walmart or wherever it is you happen to find it, definitely pick this guy up if you don't have one yet. Because if you're a Superman fan, this is going to be one that you're kicking yourself later for passing up. Anyway, super friends, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me, and I will see you for the next one. Have a fantastic, super awesome DC day, everybody, and take care.